What up? What up? What up? Wow. It's your mans and them. Tay Payne 909 Live, man. Um, watching ESPN. I watch a show every morning called First Take, and they got this guy on there. His name is Skip Bayless. Now Skip Bayless, you ever looked at that guy? You ever know a guy that, for those of you out there that don't know this guy, I really want you to listen. Give him like a good 3 or 4 days. If you work like 3 to 11, 11 to 7, something like that, if you could just get up early enough. He comes on like at 7 o'clock. I want you to just listen to this guy for like a good 3 or 4 days, and you'll get a clear understanding of how he works. I've been listening to him now for like, I want to say like 4 or 5 years. And he kind of, today was just the icing on the cake. I had it up to here with the guy. I still watch the show, but I'm just like, just completely just kind of done with him. And his opinions, like it's too, it don't make no sense. Now, I know you've seen in my other blog, I was talking about Tim Tebow. But I noticed he hitches his wagon, and he puts all his chips out there for Tim Tebow. He would bet the farm on Tim Tebow. And Tim Tebow has no skill set whatsoever to me. Anyway, yeah, so he puts all his chips on Tim Tebow, but he doesn't. And Tony Romo is another guy. Puts all his eggs in that basket, but then, like, the debate was, what he was saying was, one time he said, all right, Cam Newton just, the Panthers lost the game 31-34 to the Vikings. They lost to the Vikings 31-34. Cam Newton, beautiful, excellent game. You couldn't really ask much better from a quarterback but to win the game. Basically, to put it in his hands, throw a touchdown pass, win the game. Excellent stat sheet. He was like 22 for like 35. Excellent for a rookie. He had like 302. I think he had like 290, maybe 300 yards, and he had like 2 tuds. No INTs, right? So Skip Bayless says Cam Newton is like 50. He's basically blaming Cam Newton for the loss, but then he's justifying the horrible play of Tim Tebow and blaming it on Tim Tebow's team and coaches. Makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. The only thing I could come up with is that the black and the white thing. That's the only thing I could come up with. Like, why would you, that argument, like blaming Cam Newton for losing with an excellent stat line, and then Tim Tebow has a horrible stat line, but you blame his team, you blame Tim Tebow's team and his coaches. That is just the only thing I come with, the black and white thing. So I think Skip Bayless is, I think me personally, I think he's like sideways, backhanded, I guess you could say backhanded racist. That's the only thing I could come up with. Like his logic, it makes no sense to me in any kind of sports level. He's like that kind of guy. Like, how are you getting paid to do this job? I can do that. Like, I can do it, and I can do it better than you. Like, you need to just stop talking about football, basically. You need to stop. Like, some things I agree with them, just like that's anybody. Some things you agree with somebody, some things you don't. Most of the things I don't agree with this guy on, like, at all. And it's the other thing. So he could throw like just throw a black dart in there. He wants Vince Young to start over Mike Vick. Like, what? Like, Vince Young? I mean, come on, man. Come on. Not no way over Mike Vick. Like that's crazy. That's just lunacy. But anyway, he hitches wagon to Vince Young. But I just throw like a little dark, you know what I'm saying, just a piece of dark meat out there so it can kind of throw us off track. You know what I'm saying? This is how people do. They throw little just stuff out there and be like, oh, just so you can be like, oh, he's not racist. He likes that guy. Like, no. I see what you doing. Man, I see what you doing. I be seeing what y'all doing, man, behind them cameras. No. Dude, you're not just gonna throw some, and Vince Young is not even, he might not, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say he's not starter material, but I mean, he would have did. I mean, come on, man. I don't know. Maybe in the right system. And you can't say that. You can't even say that for Tim Tebow. I think it just got to be somebody. Like I think he could start in ahead of Alex Smith. I think he could start Vince Young. I'm talking about. I think he could start ahead of Alex Smith. Um, I think he could start in front of. I don't know, man. It's tricky. It's tricky. I would have to go through the teams and see the rosters and all that. But yeah, Skip Bayless is, to me, he's just sideways racist. Some of the comments he makes, and I watch it all the time. Some of the comments he makes is just way out there. Man, he pump up like average to sorry white quarterbacks. You know, pumps them all the way up, and the starting black quarterbacks really not so much so. But then he'd throw the sorry black quarterback in there, and that's one. And you could tell like with the whole LeBron James thing, like he just goes in on and maybe sports is just predominantly a colored field. Like maybe he's just, I don't know, man. It's too, the line is too blurry with that guy, but he's been getting on my nerves for quite some time. I've been back and forth, mainly back with him. But now it just got to the boiling point where he just on Tim Tebow way too much, and he's watching film and not film. He's watching games like I am, and it's just pissing me off now. Now he's just going too far with it. Man, this is the Blood Print. I holla.